Welcome to Meliora's channel, your go-to place for C# and data analysis tutorials, products hands-on demos, and insider secrets to keep you at the cutting edge of innovation. Our goal is to break down complex tech topics to a level that you will easily understand to supercharge your skills. Without further ado, let's jump right in.
Welcome to part 2 of our conditional formatting in Microsoft Excel lectures. In this part, we are going to go a bit more advanced, learning how to create custom formats and also how to use formulas to apply those formats. To do this, we are going to create a calendar, and on the calendar, we are going to mark birthdays of two individuals. You can download the file in the resources below if you'd like to follow along as we go along with the lecture. Let's get started. Okay, so here we have the birthdays, two birthdays here, and then this is our custom format that we are going to apply if we use our formula and check and see whether a particular cell contains any of these particular birth dates. So let's create the calendar. So first of all, we're going to pick a cell, let's say C4, and we're going to equal that to today, like that. And then we are now going to equal this to today plus 1. And we are now going to allow this to equal C4 as well. We're going to have Monday to Sunday up here. So there are two ways we could do this. Either we could create a custom format that's specifically going to change that only to Monday, like that. Or we would use the text function and specify that we want the 3 days. And if we drag that across, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Complete. So these are all days in March, and March has 31 days. So what I'm going to do is then come here, plus 1. Done. So we filled that representing the 31 days in March of this year. And we are now going to highlight full range of these values, more number format, and we're going to click custom. And we are now going to write the month and the day in 3-digit, like that. Could also use a dash, make it look more cleaned up, and then we're just going to click OK. So we're in custom so that's for the month. So if we put that 3, it's going to write it fully. Putting it only in 3 letters will just give you a shorthand, and then this one gives the month in a number format, and then this just gives it in a 1-digit format. But we're going to do like that. Just going to click OK, and that has now nicely cleaned up our calendar. Okay, so let's just make these all in the center, stay in the center. Let's put that in bold. Now Let's adjust the width here and here, like so. And we're going to put all of these to top, align them to the top, like that. And then here we're just going to write calendar, merge and center. Going to increase the font to 20. Let's give it a color. Yes, I think like that will be fine. And let's get a line color of, okay, white. Going to do all borders with that white color. And that's what we have so far. Okay, that looks good. Want a lighter color up there. Okay, so that is our calendar done. And now we're going to want to apply the conditional format to these range of cells here, such that if the date is equal to any of these two dates, that's 12 and 28, we want to highlight these two dates differently. So let's highlight the range of cells. And under conditional formatting, we're not going to go to any of these ones we saw in the first lecture. We're going to click New Rule. And this time around, we're going to use a formula to determine which cells to format. Okay? Now, let's take a look at the formula we're going to use. We're going to use an is-error formula, is-error function, and the match function to do this. So let me show you how that's going to be. So the conditional formatting also works using Boolean expressions, much like the if function, such that it's going to apply your particular format if whatever I write in the formula evaluates to true. Okay? So, for example, if I write is error, okay, and we're now going to use this to use match, and we're going to match this C3, which is March 3rd, and the lookup array, which is this, the birthday is here, and the match type is 0. So we're just going to ignore that because we're not done. So if is error, and we see that we have the match formula there, so I'm going to just close the parentheses here. And if we leave it like this, it's going to give us a Boolean, whether this is, and this is going to give us a true, because this is going to evaluate to an error because March 3rd is not in the birthday list that we selected. So this is going to give us a true. So it's true because this is evaluating to an error because March 3rd is not there. But if I now write equals to false, that's false. Because what I'm asking is, if this is not an error, return true. But it's evaluating to an error, so it's going to return a false. Now, we're going to use the absolute referencing to lock this lookup array. And we're now going to go ahead and apply it like that. All the way to I3. You can see we're getting false. And let's now bring it down like that. And we can see that we're getting true for two values here, which are E4, which contains March 12th, and G6, which contains March 28th, which are the numbers on our lookup array. So because the match is returning the location in the array for these two values, the is error is not returning a true. It's returning a false. So thereby making the Boolean statement equal true here. Okay. So what this means is if I write this is error, if I take this whole Boolean expression and put it in the use formula area, after highlighting all these cells and I select a particular format, only these two are going to be formatted because these are the two values that are present in the array, in the list. Okay, so let's take this, copy it, and we're now going to go ahead and highlight these range of cells. I'm going to click new rule, and you can see all the other rules that we've used previously in the first lecture. We're going to use formula to determine which cells to format. We're going to just paste that whole Boolean expression. So it's only going to format the cells where this expression returns a true. So we're going to just go ahead and click on format. Let's change let's change the fill of the cells. So if the cell truly has this expression reading true, let's color it a green, like that. I'm going to click OK and OK again. And you see that the two cells are colored. Now, if you notice, this happened because the current number format is set to general in the conditional formatting area, which is not a problem because we actually want to use a format that will be slightly different from the one we applied here, which you can find here. It has a Unicode character right here of a celebratory item going off, the poppers. So then we'll go to manage rules this time, edit rule, going to go to format and then number, and you can see that we selected general, which is why we saw that. So I'm just going to go add to custom, and then we're just going to go ahead and paste the custom format that we had, which is this, with the little celebration poppers going off right there. And we're just going to click OK and OK again. OK. And that is now what we have. And interestingly, if we come here and let's move this date maybe a bit earlier, let's say this is the 10th of March, you see that that format, that custom format is now applied to the cell that contains the value that's relating to the 10th of March, and it's no longer on the 12th. And you can see that also this function here is now showing true for the 10th and no longer for the 12th. Okay. Yeah, similarly, Move that to the 30th, and it's the 30th that we see. Okay. And that brings us to the end of the conditional formatting in Microsoft Excel lectures. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Thank you for watching, and if you learned something new or enjoyed this video, be sure to show us support by clicking like and subscribe. Your support helps us to bring you even better content. So stay tuned for the next exciting video. You can also click the link below to see other free and paid videos on other exciting topics. If the click did not work, kindly copy the link and paste on your browser. Thank you and see you in the next video.